You may have seen these stunning crystal meaning cards popping up all over Etsy, and there's a good reason for that. After the video talking about how to start a relatively easy business by making crystal meaning cards using AI, there has been an increase in the number of listings in this niche. And a lot of the newer listings have garnered thousands of sales, which means that there is a demand for these cards. However, certain issues are raised by some viewers, such as Etsy not being available in their countries and their worries about how, since the listings have increased, there is much more competition now. But fear not. In this video, we're delving into exciting alternatives to Etsy, sharing tips on making your crystal meaning cards stand out, and exploring other magical products you can conjure up using the same AI method we used with the crystal meaning cards. Stick around until the end to learn more about these alternatives. Etsy is undoubtedly one of the largest online marketplaces globally, which owes much of its success to its vast array of products and user-friendly platform, allowing virtually anyone to set up their own shop. However, one of the downsides to this platform is that its payment options for its sellers are only available in a limited number of countries. But this doesn't mean you should give up on trying to sell your product, because several other alternatives to Etsy offer the same convenience and are available in many more countries. First in line is Shopify, a versatile e-commerce solution available to sellers in almost every country, with only a handful of exceptions like North Korea, Iran, Cuba, and Syria. This makes Shopify an accessible choice for individuals residing in regions where Etsy may not be an option. Another alternative that you can use is Amazon Handmade. When you think of Amazon, you don't really think of things like arts and crafts. Yes, Amazon does arts and crafts and has a special place for crystal meaning cards. The only catch is a slightly higher commission rate. So, if you are an aspiring seller from countries like Bangladesh, El Salvador, or Malaysia, you may consider Shopify and Amazon Handmade. But wait, there's more. Ever heard of Bonanza, Big Cartel, and IndieMade? Each of these platforms offers its unique advantages and audience. If your budget permits, why not list your creations on multiple platforms? Casting a wide net ensures you connect with a diverse global audience. In the vast world of e-commerce, there's a platform for everyone, no matter where you are. Let's dive into the second issue. While there has been a slight uptick in competition, it's important to note that the increase isn't all that significant yet. As of this video's creation, there are just around 1.9 thousand listings in the niche of crystal meaning cards. That's not much to fret about, right? It's an exciting time for those considering this AI business. The competition is still manageable, and there's plenty of room for creative, fresh ideas. If you want to shine amidst others offering similar products, consider adding your unique touch to what you are offering. For instance, since crystals and tarot cards often go hand in hand, you can blend the power of crystals with spiritual tarot readings in your card designs. This means, instead of just including the crystal's description or meaning, you can also include how that certain crystal will amplify or help with the process of tarot reading. It's all about making your product more desirable to a bigger demographic of consumers. And here's another fantastic tip. Why not explore new products using the same AI technique? There are endless possibilities. Specifically, there are a lot of untapped opportunities in other niches, and we've noticed some Etsy hot sellers with minimal competition, such as herbs and spices meaning cards and Reiki symbol meaning cards, both of which have less than 100 listings, with the top products selling thousands. In the same vein as the crystal meaning cards, AI will be your friend regarding making and putting your own spin on these alternatives. The top-selling herbs and spices meaning cards showcased several aspects of the herbs, such as its edible parts, taste, planet, zodiacs, chakras, aliases, and what the herb represents. Of course, you can modify this according to your own preferences and ideas, but in this video, we will be using these aspects as an example. Now that you have an idea of what to include, we can now move on to the next step, which is to go on to ChatGPT and use the AI machine to generate the content that you will need for the cards. So, going off with how we did it with the crystals, on ChatGPT, you can type in create 10 or the amount of cards that you want to produce. Printable herbs and spices, meaning cards that include the following: the name of the herb, the edible parts, the taste, the planet, its zodiacs, the chakras that it possesses, and its other names. Now that you have the information you need for the herbs and spices meaning cards, the next step is to make these cards a lot more aesthetically pleasing and desirable to the consumers by using Midjourney to generate the herb images and Canva for the designing process itself. This will significantly lessen the time needed to do all of this manually because AI will mostly do everything for you. So this next part will depend entirely on what you deem will be the design that looks most inviting to the buyers. But in this video, since I want the images of my herbs to look as real and high definition as possible, the prompt that we will put in Midjourney to generate these images would be the same as the previous video with the crystal meaning cards. Still, instead of typing in stone name, we will replace it with herb name, and then add the other prompts: high quality, close up, white background, 4K, realistic look. This will immediately give you an image you can use for your herbs and spices meaning cards. And just like that, you're almost done with creating a unique product that is in demand with minimal effort because of AI. Now let's move on to the actual design process. There are many free design software you can use on the web like Canva or Affinity Designer, but if you are an absolute beginner, Canva will be your best friend. With that, you can now load in all of the herb images you have generated and the information you got from ChatGPT, so you can finally start designing your product. You can make it as simple or minimalist as possible with a simple font and a white or black background. Or you can design it to give off a witchy aesthetic because of how these herbs and spices are usually used in spiritual activities. This is the time to let your creative juices flow. After you've successfully finished all of these steps and have set up your Etsy shop, or found an Etsy alternative of your choice, your AI business is good to go. If you have your own innovative idea in mind, and it fits into the AI-driven niche with low competition, it's time to give it a shot. The demand is there. Your creativity can take you very far if you do it right. Now that we have talked about some of the possible alternatives for your concerns, it's important to note that there is a lot of earning potential in niches like crystals or tarot or astrology or anything involving the spiritual realm. These domains are on a captivating journey of growth thanks to the increasing interest of more and more people. This growing interest translates into higher demand, paving the way for entrepreneurs to thrive. Take tarot cards, a market with hundreds of thousands of listings. It may seem saturated at first glance, but here's the exciting part. Many individuals are still profiting by selling these products. It's a testament to the enduring appeal of this niche. Now, imagine the possibilities when you explore niches like crystal meaning cards. With relatively little competition, hovering at around 2,000 listings, you have an open canvas to create and innovate your own product. And that's not all. Let's not limit ourselves to just one niche. If you can harness the power of AI to generate your own products and you've got spirit, the sky's the limit. Who knows what untapped potential awaits in other niches where AI can work its magic? It's an uncharted territory of possibilities. With that, are there any other niches you would like to try monetizing using this AI business method? If so, what are they? Let me know in the comments if you learned anything new from this video and share your thoughts in the comment section below.